Most people don't ruin their future with one bad decision. They ruin it with 1,000 small delays, not because they're lazy, because tomorrow is emotionally comfortable. There's a line widely attributed to Pope John Paul II, "The future starts today, not tomorrow." It sounds simple, but it's confronting because it removes the escape hatch. It says, the future isn't something you enter later. It's something you are already building, right now, through what you choose and what you avoid. In the next hour, we're going to break this down psychologically. Why the mind prefers tomorrow, how to reclaim today, and how small actions become a future you can actually live inside. Tomorrow is seductive because it feels like progress without cost. You get the relief of intention. I will start tomorrow. And your brain rewards you, briefly, because planning can feel like doing. But tomorrow is not a real place. It's a moving target. When tomorrow arrives, it becomes today. And today carries the same discomfort you tried to avoid. This is why procrastination is rarely about time. It's about emotion. You're not delaying the task. You're delaying the feeling, uncertainty, effort, potential failure, judgment. So the quote isn't about productivity. It's about emotional honesty. If the future starts today, then today is where courage is required. Here's a deeper layer. Today isn't just a date. It's an identity workshop. Every action is a vote for the person you are becoming. Every avoidance is also a vote. Not a moral judgment, just a psychological fact. If you keep saying tomorrow, you practice being someone who delays. If you choose one small action today, you practice being someone who moves. And your brain believes patterns more than promises. So the quote gives you power. You don't need to overhaul your life in one day. You need to cast one honest vote, today, repeatedly. That's how futures are built, not with dramatic moments, but with consistent identity evidence. People think the cost of delay is slow progress, but the deeper cost is self-trust. Every time you promise tomorrow and don't follow through, your mind learns, my words don't mean much. And when self-trust collapses, motivation becomes fragile. You start needing inspiration just to do basic things. You start bargaining with yourself. You start living with internal noise. This is why today matters. It's the only place you can rebuild self-trust, not with big speeches, with small delivery. One small action that you actually complete today does more for your confidence than 10 ambitious plans for tomorrow. If the future starts today, the question becomes, what starts today? Not everything, not a new life. Start with the smallest honest step. The smallest step has two advantages. It's harder to fear and easier to repeat. And repetition is where the future actually forms. So instead of asking, what's the big leap? Ask, what's the smallest action that makes tomorrow easier? One page, one call, 10 minutes of focused work, a short walk, a single difficult conversation started gently. Small actions don't look impressive, but they create momentum, the most underrated form of power. Most people fail at today because they rely on willpower. Willpower is expensive. A system is cheaper. Systems make the right action the default action. If you want to live, the future starts today. Design today. Create a time block. Remove distractions. Prepare the next step the night before. Make starting easier than avoiding. Because the real battle isn't doing the work, it's starting the work. When starting becomes simple, consistency becomes possible. And when consistency becomes possible, the future becomes predictable. Someday is a dream killer. It has no deadline, no shape, no demand. Next step is different. It's concrete. It's human-sized. The future doesn't require you to be fearless. It requires you to be specific. So when doubt shows up, don't argue with it for hours. Translate it into a next step. If you're afraid of failing, choose a smaller experiment. If you're overwhelmed, choose a smaller commitment. If you're uncertain, choose a smaller question you can answer with action. This is how confident people are made. Not by never doubting, but by moving while doubting. The future isn't built by big days. It's built by small days that compound. Compounding is invisible at first. That's why people quit early. They want proof before the process has time to work. But if you keep showing up today, even in the smallest way, you create an advantage that grows quietly. This is why today is sacred. It's not about pressure. It's about ownership. You can't control all outcomes, but you can control whether you show up today. And the person who shows up today consistently, eventually meets a future that feels earned. The future starts today, not tomorrow. So don't ask for a perfect day. Ask for an honest day. One small action today, done with integrity, is how you open the gate to tomorrow. Because tomorrow doesn't arrive as a gift. It arrives as a consequence of what you do today.